Joining on Spice 91.9 FM on Facebook, and that Chelsea was shut Tottenham 4-1. I've even now been convinced the Chelsea team they be Ujina Brananesa. Quantum Ponan wasted, they are back to the expected standard. We between na assemble them a club like Chelsea and Sejona also between the answer na Eda Sodna Eda main. Let me begin by saying that if Chelsea scores now, it is mind-boggling, and I mean to say that say I'm sure game ni be. Now the current state of both sides. Now ever bought to the scoreline with Jado. Tottenham Hotspur at the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Wash a 1. Chelsea the away team or the travelers. Wash a 4. You'll be taken aback. About question as an about when you should be the 8. Did I really see right? The Tottenham was a 1 and the Chelsea no was a 4. Oh yeah, correct score pan and Munyotiana. Because of the current state, I only been at home. Because not Tottenham will be into the game with a very clean sheet. Make a clean sheet only with regards to one, results are winning this season. Now, one virginity near intact, no be finance and cane. No one so I don't so now. Club being one wash one, and they were the only club now or your unbeaten in this season's CPL. And the Chelsea was struggling over around the 12th position. So compare be the second or you unbeaten to be order in outside the top 10 now. Obviously, all to be favor will be order in the top 4 so or you unbeaten. Into normal results are quite flattering. But as your lineup now when they be in what you into the game, I think that both managers, interestingly, now Obiala this season why an integral member of one season, why perform why consistent. Ebe expecting the so fully fit obo to start no now when now we present obi a why part ekwo Chelsea benya some few notable players were absent, but in this season obi the vessel Fofana hasn't been an integral member. We saw the Christopher Nkunku here in the preseason, but in the season properly he has not been part of the story of Chelsea. In the second year the Chelsea start obi the Robert Sanchez, Enya Azel Disasi, Enya Rhys James, Thiago Silva, Loviko Omo as the back four. Fellas, you are good to go. In Benchiwa na Marco Kurela Mona Wobo as left backs in Mpono, fellas, there's not that kind of hope and expectations on them there. So we're fully fit as a Wallba. The kind of expectation are able to now rally on them, no, they will be able to live up to it. Those are not the type of players I make awesome. I'm talking about consistent performance. Integral members are very much important to the course of their various clubs. It is Enzo Fernandez, it is Obitre, that is Moises Caicedo. It is Obitre Kupama, it is Konogala, Raheem Sterling, and then Nicola Jackson. These are the starters of Chelsea. It's an excuse for Chelsea to go and flatter to deceive, no, or very, very slim. Same with Tottenham Hotspur, who had Guglielmo, that is Vicario, in the goalpost. They had Pedro Porro. He's been one of the best right backs in this season's Premier League. And central partners are in this season. Ebeka Debia, the likes of Ruben Diaz, John Stones, Emek Laporte, the players of Manchester City, bombarding all that. The same sort of performance Nebenya from Christian Romero and Mickey van der Ven from Tottenham Hotspur, plus Destiny Udoji. Ndembe preview me catch there. The Sunu may say the game and war against Crystal Palace, but he anticipated against Chelsea. He will get into the first 11. He was present. Papi Matasa, Bisuma, and then also Dijan Kulusevski, James Maddison, Brennan Johnson, and then also him and so leading the lines. Only Brennan Johnson all by shame ahead of Richarlison. So for Tottenham Hotspur, so now also any excuses in the fellas, it was very, very slim. Same with Club and they were from the Chelsea. But the dynamics of the game changed all of a sudden. Our foresee the man in hand Postecoglou. There as early as the 34th minute, on start roll make it changes. Joining on Spice 91.9 FM on Facebook. Now because of red card in T, only the right winger in Brennan Johnson, not the Eric Dyer back. And if any substitutions Nibia 45+1 pay make Obi a baby shame be Mickey van der Ven because of injury. James Maddison film around the same time Emirates Royal so baby shame. And the later part, Papi Matasa Fimo Drugo Bentako, on Oliver Scape Monso baby shame with Oye Dijan Kulusevski leaving the pitch. So for the first 3 substitutions of Tottenham Hotspur, it was 4 subs. They were all not planned, not yet tactical, but 4 substitutions not to the man in 90 Postecoglou. First one because of the red card, the subsequent 2 because of injuries. And I was asking myself, Eduna tells what 2 days at Tottenham, because Obianko one Kasebo. And personally, when I was watching the game, fellas, I was telling I want to share in the first 20 minutes. No, the intensity of the fiction. This is Muhubita. The tempo, what can the BB look for high tempo? Fellas, the first 20 minutes of that game, it was insane. So I wasn't surprised at all. Then now Obite Christian Romero, not James Madison, will free game because of injuries. Strings and the wound, fellas. It was expected because na game intensity no high. End to end. And in the Tottenham phenomenon walk on the receiving end and what do kokunya the injuries in one place no kokunye. So personally, I think that the dynamics of the game is the same. When na only that first red card plus the subsequent 4 substitutions or bear for club of the Tottenham Hotspur. Those are my initial comments. I feel your contact is him. I shall build up to Spurs when it first go in Anna. Before the game during the preview, I spoke volumes about the player in Dejan Kulusevski, mentioning Wahade has been one of the revelations of this season. There's no individual player this season walk over grounds about my friend grass than Dejan Kulusevski. Top speed pan this is on Nokitano. And over around the right side of the club, often that is Tottenham Hotspur. Anytime he gets that space, cut into any favorite photo, a shot on target or a pass for the player in him, so it is on target or very dangerous. But in the build up to the first goal, Tottenham was able to mention when a centre back Lobiko were not a blame the Kaka, that time not about the left back. It's not Kulusevski no on the 1v1s. At that moment, you face the player, see what he's doing. But he decided to overturn in nature or they did Dejan Kulusevski no when I attempted that shot on target. So a face now the advantage is that so one bobo at once or at the goal. That's all Damia. A bone or day for left, another day for right. Now dive in a call. But the down which you don't know so the one like able to. And a one you like your bottom bonus or deflecting off him or doing that first go for Krabba or for the Tottenham Hotspur. Around the 6th minute, I want a dynamics not started all the season. And fellas, I think that Christian Romero needs to be talked to. And therefore, Premier League, since I'm also making the debut for Tottenham Hotspur, play beyond the red cards and fans and 4 times. No, I could red cards. He's had a very beautiful season so far. Christian Romero, no. Even the month of October, the Premier League Players of the Month, no win your nomination. With a number of clean sheets and only 2 times no keep a clean sheet in the Premier League. And for Christian Romero, he was part of Argentina World Cup winning squad. Enzo Fernandez, he was part of Argentina World Cup winning squad. Both were starters, all from the same nationality. Intisenke onye bibialempa in the name of what nebe wadun de lukotro in this hard and wicked tackle. Join on Spurs 91.9 on Facebook na wanga se hwe. Aside the okwa fighting for first ball no ojenenen we chire odi Enzo Fernandez in name. I was like Jesus Christ. Wanga se okromni. Na eko international break e lokwa akobo 5 no one no nkonko 6 no. One no nkonko 8 na lokwa bu Enzo Fernandez in name no. It was a very cynical, silly and an unnecessary tackle. I do not feel the teach, I am not surprised the ref, one tell who cannot the record, nor the man. And at that moment, you should know where you are standing. Bono do nya bono. Nani nya bono. But the attitude preceding that clearance, fellas, look at where Nenani see. Baby Nenani no. On my career threatening injury. So I agree perfectly with the referee, the record, Odema Christian Romero. And he really let the club Tottenham Hotspur down. With no record no to na okwe kodino. And what sense what J penalty with the theater. So you have not just caused the team with your absence, so absence of conceded a penalty, which was supposed to be the equalizer for club of Chelsea. And I'm loving the confidence of Cole Palmer. The last time Yehuda Rahim still na catch a ball. Enzo Fernandez legit finished him that Cole Palmer the monko one them put and still na ben on cry. And a cool convert ball. But Vicario once again stepped up. I'll come to him. I think Vicario, the least said about him, the better. Okwa save penalty ball no kwa pem ansa na okwa akwa net nim ball no kwa net nim even when na nse wotum no waka ball no but ko pam na some moment be them ba na etum rise up to the occasion in the presence of all these quality and experienced players na say German say no do to na converter you are beginning to become a very big boy now for build up to Chelsea another Tottenham second red card no Koko the destiny do he was already on a yellow card. And I don't know what the boys have been drinking in the dressing room, fellas. In him there were yellow card the door. In him there will play a conso aqua red card. Now one so. And for Tottenham, and they had left only 2 players in their own half. Ono Destiny Dojino and a Mickey Van de Ven. I want to pen and know which was at that time. 3 players from Chelsea and another attack one. And much options in left and right, fellas. I was expecting that Cordoba Nicola Jackson was here because no, back originally. But Sterling decided to send the ball to the right side. It was because of how impenetrable what the bottom of Nicola just known to me. So they felt, oh, how can I get the bottom of can find a she? Memfanko the other side. Destiny had been able to get a contact with the ball, or the Ujan right in which and a ball a me. I feel second one, Benawako dive in. He could train another Seneca tackle, knowing very well he was on a yellow card. Into no on your red card offense. Or your yellow card offense, but if you are already booked, you cannot be got the referee. Or the back and one more. Now, that was the second card. And one in America, the beauty of the game has been taken away. And you cannot blame the referee. You cannot blame Chelsea. It is for the silliness of club offering the Tottenham Hotspur players, deciding to act very, very, stupid at that moment. And also could do that red card when I would the FIFA game. But on the other side of the coin, technically, I was expecting Ange Postecoglou to have tweaked the style a bit. You know, for formation to the morning, they set up with a 4-2-3-1, and that has been the style of what ball throughout the season. Postecoglou paired the 4-3-3, and I will tell you why. If Senke or Adio all set up with the 3 men in the middle, I will use the 4-3-3, and Koko could the first 2 red cards, so he could have still competed. But all their rehearsals and practices in Nano or your double pivot 4-2-3 na yellow. Because say all the red cards 2, not so all your substitutions, not so the players but replace 2 defenders now with red cards now. Out front obey only 1 player. Sen call your 4-3-3 obey your 3 men still in the middle. No way the president Amahim and so on cutting out front.
Okay.
Mechana. Nanko when you 3 men at the back. But the rehearsals in now were 2 players in the middle of the park. Into all the first red card no, Ojo Kulisevski or him and so out front. No start over 3 midfielders. 1 fat. Oko the second yellow card. No sounds another substitution. And obey 3 midfielders with 1 player out front of him and so on. Also I'm fan man. Still he was pressing. Still he was pushing high. In terms of Spurs one high lines in Ibia, fellas. A bone as high as the halfway line against a side or 11 away 9. Give him that kind of respect. Look at this shape. John Spires 91.9 from on Facebook. Chelsea will put the ball on the wall built from the back.
It nearly worked for him.
What is
because
nearly?
at a point in time, so our high line we know now air frustrated Chelsea.
How?
Because any time say Kopama and I say
Gallagher.
Conor Gallagher the Binya Bono in front of the high line or bottom will be offside.
Offside.
It would check the number of times you flag it Chelsea offside. It was high. And for me, we a Chelsea fan can out be frustrated.
Thank you. So the dynamics is that you cannot do this for the last 30 minutes now. You know 30 minutes in football. Goal less than 1 minute was a 1 second the show. Unless you would add the build up now sana in your more than 30 seconds. So you can try this over and over. This was the rehearsal at Chelsea would be game. It's even before they considered the first goal, they had already started trying the high line of team offering Tottenham Hotspur. When I was 11, no. Means I'm making it as Tottenham boning him. No Chelsea I love a ball now to high line nature. The one running, but Nicola Jackson was mostly caught in an offside position. He was mostly faster. And for this one, you can or the offside position. But another player, but ran a call for the ball. And at the credit to Mauricio Pochettino. At the credit to Mauricio Pochettino, there was steady club of Tottenham. That is Spurs one high again. It led to another goal. As at that time, it was 1-1. I want Nicola Jackson on the same goal. Before the pass came for Raheem Sterling. No, Nicolas Jackson, he's in an offside position on Sterling that no. Until we don't know I offside. And the notion is that on no or play no offside or a tricky, he can draw another Tottenham player closer to him. Now remember, he's offside into Mungo closing it down. Another young forget no the offside. Then the third man running will come from Raheem Sterling. To born the Baba no wako. A born Raheem no he's onside. Talk one wako to goalkeeper no and a warden 1v1. Or the square pass in the ball, then he can convert it to him. Tebenya Nicolas Jackson in the first goal now. That was what led to Nicolas Jackson in the first goal. On corner, I had people that I was watching the game with. Then the FFB body born fan or cadet. But Jackson needs to be talked to, fellas. The types of chances unya and how unserious all the say ball no Dabi. Mention ball in yada Billy Shetre goes myself. I was a boy named Yadi. Obo hat trick a game. Woman man of the match also undeserved. It is that bad. They been Nicolas Jackson also says some of these chances. And if I row 2, that is Chelsea won second goal and then Nicolas Jackson and the second goal now. Spurs were caught high up again. Just around the halfway line, leaving just 2 players. And up in the square pass number. Onya but for the Raheem Sterling pay or run or square them Nicolas Jackson no born that name. So I was asking myself there, why was the man in Postecoglou supervising some of these attitudes? And if any person or do to go after the game now, he said it that is their style. As far as he's there, they will keep playing like this. And Nicolas Jackson the ball will just where the goalkeeper is now. One or the ball no fight. One or the ball no fight. And it was at a moment and I back at the goalkeeper why he saves upon saves. He was tired. He could have even saved this one. In your chance be them that's why you're glaring them now. Send the ball far away from the goalkeeper. Remember no konimpono ntuna on kongonya opportunity no attempt any save. Then Nicolas Jackson wrote to third goal and all shana. 2 players from Tottenham Spurs were closer to him. All running no. One or the ball no 2 goalkeeper no. So the pass so solid no but nobody that is shape no on no deceive Vicario. And Otumna only that third goal for himself and or the hat trick of the day. But fellas, the tempo of the game, how high it was, it really played into the results now, you know. And okay. I am of the firm opinion that the dynamics of the game would have changed if Tottenham could win 11 men. Okay. Chelsea couldn't have had even a draw. And I repeat, saying Tottenham, I'm not a fan of Nkanka, but what I mean is that the dynamics would have changed if not for the red card and the absence of Christian, that is Romero, James Maddison, the same Kolesevsky Munya will free game because of injuries. The dynamics in the best okay. And even when Tottenham once won 9 against 11, Herman so had an opportunity to get the second goal or the equalizer and Sana overturn in the bar. Nicolas Jackson walk out in the hat trick. That's why the player was crying. That was why I him so useful. So I can't carry all the credit to the club and the offer Chelsea. And I wasn't impressed. They're against a side all but with 9 men, now we're 11. Still, you are unable to impose your style on the opponent. You are unable to dominate. You are unable to score 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on, it leaves much to be desired. And then you have the summary of the game now. This is why I think that Chelsea is not really back on track. And the creation of chances, the last time there for the top 3 clubs in the Premier League this season will create chances. Chelsea is one of them. But the conversion rate has been their problem. To aside that, fellas, Ebenyedende, Yeruma, Kulisevsky, Olishegu, na VAR, or this allow about just 3 goals. Red card 2 times. Kupameleche penalty, 2 injuries for Tottenham Hotspur. This dynamics play into the cards of club of the Chelsea. Because all things being equal, it would have been very difficult. And all things being equal, on the in the first 6 minutes, who was leading? It was club of that is Tottenham Hotspur. That is all things being equal. But the credit of the day, the man of the match, the undisputable champion, has to be Guglielmo. That is Vicario. Okay. For this FNS statistics, as far as the game here concerned, 53 touches, 25 passes completed. 6 out of 6 sweeper goalkeepers clearances. Or attempted 6. At the time, I know 9 against 11. No, as the centre back. All the goal no Sanso as the centre back. 6 times we put over clearances. He got it right. 5 clearances, 4 long balls completed, 3 saves. And 2 saves inside the penalty box. Or didn't part the keepers. Or be saves inside the penalty box. He was my man of the match.
Okay.
And how we not only save the crabber, what from the Tottenham Hotspurs. No, fellas, I think he deserves all the mentions and the strength I want to win so far. To the whole zone question and the people be fellas, I don't think with this performance it is convincing.
They are not back.
Makere Chelsea, they are wholly back.
Okay.
If this is anything to go by, midfield and dynamics in all things here equal. The real test will be against Manchester City over this weekend.
I Spice 91.9 FM. Where's John Fifia Black and your 10 in canon?